Hi YouTube, this is Vidhead85, and I am before I go off downtown, I wanted to make this video, and I wanted to talk about gay youth, simply because of the fact that I was watching Queer as Folk one day, and there was there is a young kid on there named Justin. His character is 17, but Randy Harrison is like 20-something. He's in his 20s, and he's very young looking, which I see as a pattern with a lot of that. Basically, they get around child labor laws because they look young, but they're not, so they could like do a whole full day or whatever. So it's not really about getting around them. It's just kind of, you know, they can use this young-looking person to play this teenager, and you know, they can work a full work day or whatever. Well, anyway, I digress. But Justin's character in Queer as Folk really made me think about how unapologetic he was. He was gay. He knew it. There was nobody could make him ashamed, because he was just, that was just it. I remember in the first season, episode 5, his mother was like, "Well, how do you know?" And he says, "I like dick. I like to suck it, and I like to get fucked by dick." And, you know, while that's a little, laying it on a little harsh, but, you know, what you like is what you like, and eventually you're going to go after it because that's what you like. You know, sexual orientation is an enduring pattern of romantic attraction, sexual and emotional, so physical and emotional. So both components have to be there for that to be your sexual orientation. And a lot of times, you know, we gay guys, or we gays and lesbians, sometimes we don't date because we're trying to figure out our sexual orientation, and then we don't really allow ourselves to express it. But that's another thing with a lot of gay youth today. Like, I see that there are many of them that are coming out in high school, and for many of us that was not an option. For some of us that may not have been an option because of where we were. For some of us that may not have been an option because of our parents. And for some of us it may not have been an option because we did not allow it to be an option. I never allowed it to be an option in high school because I felt, you know what, I don't want to disappoint people. Well, it's either your disappointment or my happiness when I lay down at night and I gotta say to myself, you know what, I'm being authentic to myself, and I'm not going to let anybody jeopardize that. So basically, with the reason why I want to address gay youth is because it seems like nobody else will. It seems like only the gay community is willing to address youth, and a lot of times, you know, if a well-meaning gay adult may have been trying to mentor a gay youth, the accusation of being a pedophile was thrown at them, so that other people can basically say, you know what, you're ours until you're 18, and then after that, you can't go and help out other teens because we're gonna level that horrible, heinous accusation at you. So basically, the whole thing for me is that, you know, I'm glad that YouTube is around so that we can reach out to gay youth, and, you know, if anything, there may be some who, because of where they live, they might not be able to get to the nearest Pride Center, or they may not be able to get to where a group of gay individuals can meet on a regular basis and discuss some of the things that really affect them a lot. So YouTube is a place where that can happen, and I'm really glad about it because, you know, every time I think about it, you know, I want a gay youth, to avoid the path that I had to tread, because of the fact that, you know, I did not allow myself so much, and now that I'm allowing myself to experience adolescence once again, and you'll hear me say that a lot because it is exactly what I'm doing. I've never allowed myself to experience it the first go around. So now, you know, I am experiencing it, and I am able to just feel better about myself. And you know, a lot of times some of us may grow up in a religious household where being gay is not an option. You'll get thrown out, or even it may not be an option because of financially. Your parents will kick you out of the house and they'll yank your college education from you. I think that there is no more crueler action than such a thing, because that's saying that your love is conditional, and it's really tough for a child to come out to their parents, because a lot of times the parents are the last to know, because you know your friends, some of your family, okay, but your parents, this means that no matter what, they may not look at you the same, or they very well may look at you still the same way, but there may be an adjustment period that they may have to go through. There may be something that they just might not get, and it's not for them to get. I'll just say that it's not for them to get. It's not for them to understand, but it's for them to be empathetic to you and sympathetic to you. So I think that, like, right now, as far as gay youth, you know, I gotta say, just hang in there. It does get better. You get stronger, but most of all, you know, it is something that as you blossom, you will understand a lot of things that will happen. And I don't want to say that all things happen for a reason, because even though that's true, you may not want to hear it when you're going through a tough time. But understand that there is a community, an online community of people that care about you. And who knows, you may run across somebody that may be in your town, that may be another gay youth that thought they were the only one. In fact, I remember before watching Queer as Folk, I thought I was the only one. And I thought I was the only person like me because I wasn't overtly feminine. And, you know, a lot of times that may be the only kind of person that they see. Now, you know, like we see Anderson Cooper and he's successful. We see Ellen and she's successful. But even though those are great role models, it really helps to know someone who's gay, that lives like you do, that, you know, you live on a farm, they live on a farm. You know, you raise chickens, they raise chickens, and, you know, they raise chickens and hogs and everything, and, you know, they may be 2 men or 2 women, and, you know, one of them slaughters, the other one cooks it. You know, like, that's, and a lot of times I see, many times in healthy gay relationships, it's very egalitarian, and it's a give and take, which is important. So always remember, even in a relationship, you have to have give and take. So anyway, that's kind of a little spotlight, if you will, on that. You know, it really does help to have people that you know who are around that live like you do, so that you don't feel like an alien, you know. So have a great day, YouTube, and I will talk to you later.